Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Today we talk about a topic, what we are talking about. Like, I really don't have any idea because I was in such a rush in the last couple of weeks and I didn't really prepare myself for this video. So I'm so sorry, but yes, that's your stage. Please
It's alright.
everything.
It's alright because I talked to Jonna and we were like, look, when we meet, what can we do? Should we do something creepy this time? Because it's been a hot minute since we did something spooky, something creepy on this channel. And I said, look, maybe we could do something about urban legends. And you said, okay.
And I said, okay, but we had like completely different ideas about urban legends because you said, because you texted me like German urban legends.
Yeah, I wanted to do it very specific.
Like legends.
Yes.
Like legends, but not
legends, the urban legends that I ended up finding out about Germany turned out to be legends from way back in the day, from Middle Ages and shit. I'm like, oops, okay, I got the wrong idea about German urban legends.
Because when I hear urban legends, I think about waking up in a bathtub with just one kidney.
Yes,
like in the,
yes.
Like in the movie, or waking up in Japan somewhere, being kidnapped, and then waking up in a bathtub without a kidney.
So, okay, the way I figured it out was, okay, I'm not gonna look for anything specifically German now. I'm just gonna like Google urban legends and see what's gonna come up. And I actually found out quite a few urban legends which I have heard. Are you okay? And the thing is, I've heard quite a few urban legends in my childhood from friends or from TV segments, and I was really surprised because urban legends turn out to be quite an international thing, which come up everywhere.
I mean, in the 1990s, or 1990s, or 2000s, there was a film actually called Urban Legends. As you know, I'm not a person who watches horror films or creepy movies, but I watched the Wikipedia article because I want to know what it's about. And lately it was actually on television. The film was on telly, but I didn't watch it, of course. But I was like, what it's about, and there's actually like a whole franchise of the film. And I was like, oh, okay.
How cool is that? Okay, I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I know you're not the type who likes to watch stuff like that.
But it's like that a murderer actually like is on a campus.
Yeah.
And then where they talk about urban legends, and suddenly like boom, those urban legends happen because the murderers.
Dude, creepy. Oh my god.
It's actually really. I don't want to romanticize things, but I actually think it's a really cool pattern to kill people.
Cool. Okay. Alright, so the way I want to go about it is I actually looked at Wikipedia if they had a list of urban legends, and they did, because I knew a few urban legends, but they didn't have names. So I just looked at the list and I recognized quite a few. So I'm just gonna like present a few and then we'll see if I've heard them, if you've ever heard of them.
You're gonna quiz me.
People talk about urban legends as if they really happened, like it's reality. That's why it's really interesting topic.
School quiz time! Pew, pew, pew.
Alright, so the first urban legend that I want to present is basically called something along the lines of killer in the backseat, crazy person in the backseat. Really, I've never heard about it.
I did. Like you go into your parking lot in the middle of the night and then suddenly someone is in the backseat.
And also it's a general fear. Yeah, it's a general fear.
Super general fear. Like I always, I watch, I check.
Yes, that's true. But the urban legend that I want to present is very specific about this kind of a phenomenon of a person in your backseat.
Do I look okay?
Cutie. The legend goes as following. The legend involves a woman who is driving and being followed by a car or a truck. The mysterious pursuer flashes his high beams, tailgates her, and sometimes even rams her vehicle. Very aggressive. When she finally makes it home, she realizes that the driver was trying to warn her that there was a man, a murderer, or an escaped mental patient hiding in her backseat.
Oh, it's a mental patient.
Yeah, it's a crazy person, basically. Each time the man set up to attack her, the driver behind had used his high beams to scare the killer, causing him to duck back down.
To be blinded by the light.
I mean, I've heard about the general fear, like we talked about earlier, but never this specific thing. Somebody's following you and like flashing their lights at you. Bless you. Like, it's scary.
Of course it's scary.
There is also another version of this story. Like, it's basically the same thing, but
a woman in the backseat.
A little different. No. Okay, so in some versions, the woman stops for gas and the attendant asks her to come inside to sort out a problem with her credit card. Inside the station, he asks if she knows that there's a man in her backseat. In another, she sees a doll on the road in the moors, stops, and then the man gets in the back. So there are different variations of how the man gets in there, or how she finds out there was a person in the backseat in the first place, basically.
The lesson we learned today: always check your backseat before you go into your car, especially when you've been in the middle of nowhere. Second one.
All right, the second one is called the licked hand.
The licked hand.
Yeah, the licked hand. I've heard... Okay, look, before I tell you this, I heard about this in elementary school. I couldn't sleep for days.
The licked hand? That someone licks your hand and then you pee?
Yo, dude, listen. Okay. A young girl is home alone for the first time with only her dog for company. Listening to the news, she hears of a killer on the loose. Terrified, she locks all the doors and windows.
Like Scream, like in Scream.
But either the basement window or some other window in the house will not lock, and then she goes to bed, taking her dog to her room with her and letting it sleep under her bed. She wakes in the night to hear a dripping sound coming from the bathroom. The dripping noise frightens her, but she is too scared to get out of bed and find out what it is. To reassure herself, she reaches a hand toward the floor for the dog and then is rewarded by a reassuring lick on the hand. She lies awake listening to the dripping sound. Each time she feels frightened, she reaches for the dog on the floor and feels a lick on her hand. Eventually, she falls asleep. The next morning when she wakes, she goes to the bathroom for a drink of water, only to find her dead, mutilated dog hanging in the shower with his blood slowly dripping onto the tiles. On the shower wall, written in the dog's blood, are the words, "Humans can lick too." I heard this in elementary school. I shouldn't have heard it until I was 20 years old. Okay, that was scary. That was so scary to hear about it.
Yeah, it was scary.
And I thought this was real when I was a kid.
Of course you think it's real.
Yeah.
It can happen. Technically it can happen. Next. Maybe I know this one.
I hope you know this because I have heard of this before. And people said that to scare me. When I was a teenager, I think. Everybody believed it. They were so sure this happened. So listen.
Michael Myers lives.
The next one is called the spider bite.
Or when when the spider bites you and then suddenly like there are thousands spiders under your skin and then
there's spider babies.
Yeah,
exactly.
and then I know this one and I believed it too. I still believe it. I think
I kind of believe it too.
I think it's physically possible.
Could be.
That's why I don't like spiders.
Yeah, that one's really creepy. So when I read it on the internet, it's usually about some, I don't know, like from America a lady, or from England a lady who goes to vacation in South America or Mexico or something. The thing is though, in
ethnic countries,
in Germany, when I heard it, they said a lady or a dude who went to vacation in Thailand.
Yeah, of course.
That happened to him in Thailand. And then you also get...
Why not in Austria?
Exactly, why not in Austria? They don't have spiders there or what?
No, they certainly don't.
Look, I had like this big of a spider in my room when I was a kid. Like this big. It was black, it was furry, and my parents didn't believe me that it was in my room. They were like, she's just making it up because she's scared.
My parents never did that. Actually, my dad came into my room and tried to kill the spider.
How nice of him.
Not all heroes wear capes. Thanks, Dad.
I had to force my dad to come in and look, and then he had to stay for like 10 minutes until it finally came out.
And he's like,
yo, this girl's lying to me.
Yeah, so why the fuck? It's like, where is it?
Exactly,
Where is it?
exactly. But they got scared when
Okay.
they saw it. But like when I read about it on the internet, it also had a few interpretations of like social commentary. Like people have the idea that countries like in South America, places in South America or places in Southeast Asia, they're like dirty places or dangerous places.
Racist shit.
Yeah, it's basically
It's racist.
It's a racist urban legend.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Hashtag racist. Thank you. Next.
This one I've actually
Black-eyed kid.
Yeah. It's called
This
the
is not really
Black-Eyed
possible.
Children. It's an
Oh.
urban legend. It has it's I mean,
Oh, that you. Okay, go on.
look,
I don't know this one.
I don't know the exact story behind this either, but like, let's see. Black-eyed children or black-eyed kids are...
A paranormal creature.
Yeah, they are paranormal. Like, people believe some paranormal stuff.
Me too, I believe it.
Yeah, there are people who believe this urban
But I don't
legend.
believe in kids with black eyes, like demon eyes.
I don't believe it either, but
I mean, black eye is possible.
but like not like this, you know. It's different. So the kids are between the ages of 6 and 16. They have pale skin, they have completely black eyes, and they're usually seen hitchhiking or I don't know, they're encountered on the doorsteps of a house, for instance. So the history goes as followed. While tabloid coverage of these creatures has claimed that tales of black-eyed children have existed since the 1980s or even since the 1950s, most sources indicate that the legend originated from 1996 postings written by Texas reporter Brian Bethel on a ghost-related mailing list relating to alleged encounters with black-eyed kids. So it's basically a rumor. Maybe you've heard or seen some YouTubers talk about these kind of things, like YouTubers I follow who talk about paranormal stuff and stories and happenings. Everybody knows about these black-eyed children, and I mean, like we talked about, some people truly believe in them, but I don't. So on to the next one, the infamous Bloody Mary.
Oh, when you say Bloody Mary 3 times in your mirror, then Bloody Mary comes and kills you.
Exactly.
But I like the Candyman version. I prefer the Candyman version.
How
over
does that
Bloody
go?
Mary.
So you say Candyman 3 times?
Yeah, Candyman. But we know all Bloody Mary. I don't think we have to talk about it.
Not really. I just wanted to mention it. So,
Yeah.
but for people who don't know, you go in front of your mirror, you say Bloody Mary 3 times,
And then she's coming.
supposedly she comes to kill you, basically. But can I tell you, when I was a teenager and I heard about this
We all
the
did
first
it.
time,
Oh, did it?
I didn't do it, dude.
didn't?
I was even scared to think of the words.
I did it and it was just nothing happened.
Of course nothing happened. Like, what's gonna happen? I don't believe in this urban legend either, but I was so scared when I was a kid.
I mean, when we've been like in a Roseanne's Halloween sketch now, then it would have happened because the Halloween episodes by Roseanne are the best Halloween episodes of all time.
there are a few Halloween episodes for South Park too. Usually I don't watch South Park, but the Halloween episodes are just amazing.
I like Halloween episodes. You have to watch Halloween episodes this year.
We really have to
We
do
have to
that.
do a
They're
marathon.
so good sometimes. For instance, the Bloody Mary thing came up in South Park, but instead of calling Bloody Mary, they called Biggie Smalls, that rapper. And they were like, the legend has it that if you call Biggie Smalls 3 times in the mirror, he comes to you.
It's cool. Shout out, seriously, he's a legend. He is a legend.
It's just, I mean, like, thank God there are shows on the internet, on television or on the internet that make fun of these kind of things, because, like, otherwise it would be way too serious and way too scary. There's a huge list of more urban legends. Maybe you want to look at the list and pick one out for us to talk about.
Paul is dead. It
Paul
just
is
comes like, yeah, guys. Paul, but I know this one. Like, Paul is dead is an urban legend suggesting that Paul McCartney is dead. Of the Beatles, Paul McCartney, you know.
Oh yeah, right.
That he died in 1966, and that actually, like, someone else covers for him. That he's not the real Paul McCartney. I know that one.
Oh my god, so
But
it's
very
basically like Avril
Slender
Lavigne.
Man or Slender Man. Have you heard of those girls that killed a friend because they said that Slender Man actually like told him to do? It's on
Dude.
Netflix. The documentary is on Netflix, and those girls are bonkers.
That's so scary. I read an article on a true crime magazine about it. I couldn't believe what I was
The
reading.
Vanishing Hitchhiker.
I don't know.
The Vanishing Lady. It's probably like, it's a vanishing hotel room.
What does it say?
During an international exposition in Paris, a daughter leaves her ill mother in a hotel room. When she comes back, her mother is gone and the hotel staff claim to have no knowledge of the missing woman.
Oh my
It is
god.
later revealed that the mother was dying of a plague and fearing to be negative impact of the hotel's public image. The staff just disposed of the mother, redecorated the room and pretended like nothing had happened. Inspiration for the movie So Long at the Fair, based upon turn of the century Philadelphia newspaper story.
That's...
So it's probably old.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't
But it's not
see
really
that
like
coming.
it's not really like an urban legend. It's just like, hey guys, there's no lady died in the room, and
Can we do something about it?
stings, and we need the room, so
Oh my god.
handle this, okay?
You know what? I feel like this could have had happened somewhere in the world.
Seriously, it happened somewhere in the world. It's not like that something wouldn't happen. Like it can happen that you're working in the hotel and then suddenly someone dies and you have to like do something, like call the police and first and an ambulance and then be like, oh shit, now someone has to clean this all up. I guess it's you.
Rather not. No, thank you.
Yeah. But legends are actually like there to scare us, to make us feel uneasy because because they're urban. They're like close to us. It's not like Bloody Mary or Slender Man would come as like, but for instance, like this urban legend that a person like dies in a room, like it can happen.
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
Paul McCartney was replaced by an imposter. We never know.
Yeah, that's true. Like the paranormal urban legends, they're a little far-fetched. They don't scare you as much. Maybe when you're younger they do.
Yeah,
but
Wolverine isn't real, guys.
but the other ones, they're realistic. The
Yeah,
other ones
they're
are
kinda
actually realistic.
It could happen, but I don't think like that Candyman like would come and I would suffocate from bees.
I'd rather call Biggie Smalls.
Yes, I'd rather call Biggie Smalls. Shout out to Biggie Smalls.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode. It was just a quick rundown of a few urban legends, and if you know a few more, and maybe some that people don't really know about, some of them that are not on the
Tell us.
internet. Yes, please tell us. Please write on the comment section, or you can just contact us on our Instagram. Like always, please stay very, very spooky.
And call Tupac Shakur instead of Biggie.